Hey guys, today I'm working on this 2016 Ram. I was gonna say Dodge, but they call it a Ram now. It's a Ram 2500 heavy duty. It has the 6.7 Cummins in it, a 6-cylinder inline, the customer complaint is that the check engine light keeps coming on and it goes out, and sometimes it feels like the truck is losing power. Not all the time, but sometimes. This problem is a intermittent problem, so sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't do it. But the code that I have in here is the U010C. Every time you see a code with that starts with the letter U, that means a communication problem. So either you have the PCM cannot communicate with the control module, or vice versa, the control module cannot communicate with the PCM. So the U010C has to do, it says right here, lost communication with turbocharger control module. And I have a printout for the wiring diagram. You guys know me, I work with wiring diagrams, and I'm just trying to figure this problem out. Took it for a test drive. The car runs fine, but once in a while I can feel it, like I can hear the turbo not spooling, and it feels like it's lagging, and sometimes the upshifting or the downshifting feels kind of funny. Other than that, the truck runs fine, and the check engine light keeps coming back on. It'll go out and it comes back on. Let me just show you what I found on this vehicle. So enough talking. Let me hook up the scanner and I'll show you what I found. Okay, so that's the check engine light. It keeps popping up, and over here we have the U010C. The other three codes popped up because I disconnected the battery, so not a big deal. There wasn't there. I'll start tearing down this truck, but then I realized it would have been a good video to do. See, it keeps going out. Oh, there it is again. The turbocharger control module, let me turn this off. I'm looking at it right here, and as you can see, there's nothing else actually. It's got 4 wires. One is the high data and the other one is the low data, and it communicates with the PCM. The PCM supplies 12 volt and also has the return, which should, I'm not really sure what they mean by return, but I'm sure it's like the ground coming from the PCM. So basically the computer controls the actuator. There's nothing in between. And so either we're gonna have a bad actuator going out, bad wires, or we're gonna have a faulty PCM. I went ahead and buy this actuator. This is not just a remove and replace part. It's got it comes with the instructions right here. Let me show you the instructions. You need to be careful when you're doing this kind of work, otherwise you're gonna end up damaging this part right here. So it tells you right here, first step you got to do is drain the coolant, which I already done. Second step is raise vehicle or lift or jack stands, on lift or jack stands. I did not have to do that. I was able to remove the inner wheel fender, inner wheel liner. So step 3 is remove screws and push pins from the inner wheel well liner of the passenger side and remove the liner. So it's very, if you remove this liner, it's gonna make a lot of room for you to work on. Started working on it the wrong way, so I will advise you to follow these steps. These are pretty simple steps right here. And then it says remove from passenger side shock. Oh, I don't know. I think I can get away with it. I don't think I have to remove the shock. We'll see. And then disconnect the VGT actuator harness. That's step 5. Step 6, remove the bolts, the 8mm bolts. Step 7, the 2 M6, and clean all the mating surfaces. And like the last step right here, it says if pre-aligning, self-calibrating with the scan tool, determine if you must start the process before or after installation of the replacement actuator. If your scan tool requires that you start the pre-aligning, self-calibrating process before installation, perform the process before installation. If your scan tool does not require you to start the pre-aligning self-calibrating process before installation, proceed to install instructions. So what we're gonna do is before we even install this part right here, this is the part number, by the way, it's a doorman. This is what was available. I couldn't find anything else available at this point. It was either this one or dealership, but the dealership did not have it in stock, so I don't know how many days it was gonna be. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the other one. Let me show you. Let me see. I did started removing over here this air box for access. Let me go ahead and okay. And I removed the fender well over here and the air box. I couldn't find any other way to drain the coolant, so I ended up removing this clamp right here and draining the coolant over here. So I don't know if you guys know how to drain this radiator without disconnecting the hoses. Just let me know. I'll put them in the comments. But I could not find a drain plug on this radiator, and it's kind of hard from the bottom, so I just undid the clamp and I got it out. So this is your turbocharge control valve right here. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this, and I'm gonna remove it, and I'm gonna show you how to calibrate this actuator. So with that being said, let me go ahead and start knocking this out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, I got the turbocharge actuator removed. This is the old one, and this is the new one. It looks like this gasket was already leaking, and some of the water got in here. I don't think there's supposed to be water there. I really don't think it affects anything, but I think it was time to either replace these gaskets or replace the actuator. It took me a little while to get this out of the way to mount this, but this is what it looks like. This is where the coolant comes in and out, and this is the gear that moves the turbocharge blades, and I'm just we gotta do a procedure here. We gotta recalibrate the new part, and we have to do it with before we install the turbocharger controller. So we have to recalibrate, and then I'm gonna walk you step by step and how to install it. And I believe this has got to be like all the way. Oh, I think it's all the way. But I'm gonna walk you step by step, and I'm gonna show you how to do this thing. So this is my first time doing this job, and I got all my instructions here. I downloaded it from Old Data, and as you can see right here, it says a turbocharger actuator is removed for any reason. The actuator must be calibrated to the turbo with these procedure. Reinstallation without calibrating turbo actuator may result in DTC. So at first I thought, well, this is gonna be easy. Just 4 bolts, and that's it. Put it back in, and let's send it out. But this is gonna need a little bit more work. So right here it tells you there's a note: if the turbocharger actuator calibration procedure is interrupted without completing, it may result in a P003A turbocharger actuator must be recalibrated using this procedure. I'm gonna show you the procedure on the scan tool. So clean turbocharger actuator housing and turbocharger mounting surface. I already did that. I used the blade and I cleaned everything. Caution: the electronic turbocharger actuator 2 right there, this is well, the whole unit must be removed from turbocharger to perform this function. Turbocharger failure could result in electronic turbocharger actuator. It's not removed from the turbocharger. In order to do this calibration, the actuator has to be removed. So position the turbocharger actuator into the engine compartment, so the actuator gear, which is this one right here, will be free to rotate. So when we do this calibration, the actuator has to be off the turbo. Keep fingers away from actuator gear in case of movement. Connect turbocharger actuator wire and harness. Connect both the negative and both negative battery cables. Turn ignition on. Turn ignition to on position. Do not start the engine. Use scan tool, create a freeze frame of all current DTCs and then clear them. So we're gonna clear all the DTCs using the scan tool function, miscellaneous function under PCM. Perform GVT turbocharger actuator pre-alignment self-calibrate. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. This is a 2-step process. The tool will perform a pre-aligned position first, very quickly, followed by self-calibration portion. Do not turn off the ignition or disconnect the tool after performing the turbocharger actuator pre-aligned portion of the routine. Okay, on the second page, we already got new O-rings, and this is what it gives me right here. It says install the sector gear travel gauge which is 3, onto the turbocharger, providing actuator kit onto the turbocharger. With the sector gear travel gauge or gouge installed, grabs the sector gear by hand and rotate sector gear towards the turbocharged turbine housing. Be sure the sector gear 2, which is this one, is rotated all the way towards the installation position. Error 1. I didn't see no error in there, but we're gonna look for it. It is critical for a smooth, reliable operation of the actuator to use a full amount of the whole set to apply grease. Okay, we're gonna do the grease. Caution, use only turbocharger actuator grease applied in the service kit. Use of any other type of grease or too much grease may result in damage to turbocharge. Use the full amount of grease supply with the service kit. Coat the T sector gear, yada yada yada. Remove sector travel gear, gouge, install guide pins, turbocharge. Okay. Let me see. Let me go on to the next one. And just it goes on and on how to install the rest, but we're gonna do this step right here. Let me show you how to do this step right here. Okay. I already got the battery installed, the battery negative cables. I got them installed, and I got this the filter cover here because I went ahead and plugged this in. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all the codes. Here's our cable. Let me hook this up and let me show you how to do this. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm looking at this gear right here. Let me see if I can put these somewhere. Somewhere in here where we can see. Okay. I didn't see no error in there, but it's supposed to be on this side. If I move it right here, son of a gun. Okay, it looks better like that. You can see this line right here, so we're supposed to be on this line right here. If you are like this on this position, the calibration is going to be off, so we need to be here. You can see this edge lines up with this line, so we're going to leave it there. It bottoms up, see? That's as far as you can go, and that's as far as you can go in here, so we need to be in this position. Now I went ahead and connect this actuator, and this gear right here is already pre-greased, so we're gonna be fine. We're gonna run the calibration. I'm gonna put it right here. I hope this thing doesn't fall off. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it's going anywhere. So let me go ahead and guide you through here. Hold on just a second. I do have my scanner ready. So we're gonna do the calibration right now. We're gonna turn the key on. We're not gonna start the engine. Let me see, go to previews. Let me turn off the AC. That way it's not draining our batteries. Codes. It's got a lot of codes, but we're gonna delete them. Let me clear the codes. Continue. Let me see. Boost control module position. Exceeding gear limits. Intake air diverter valve positions. And let me see if I can delete this. Intake air diverter. Position sensor circuit short the battery. Position exceeded learning limits. Okay, that's what it means. That's what it means is P003A. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna go to functional test. I saw it the other day. System test, I think it was. Injector kill test. VGT turbo actuator pre-aligned self-calibrated. Before continuing, please ensure that the coolant has been partially drained and the VG actuator has been removed from the turbocharger. Failure of this actuator will result if the removal step is not completed prior to continuing. So we do have the actuator removed, so we're gonna continue. Caution, the turbocharger VG actuator must be removed from the turbocharger to perform this function. Failure of the actuator will result if the removal step is not completed prior to continuing. So we do have it removed, so we're going to continue. This function combined with the service illustrator available in section 9. Engine or the documentation provided with each new actuator will guide you through the steps necessary to replace the electronic actuator of the VGT. Okay. Install actuator on turbo. Refer engine. Do not turn off the ignition. What? Install actuator on turbo. Do not turn off the ignition or disconnect scan tool. Okay. Shoot. Let me go ahead and do that. Is this right? Does this look right? Okay, let me go ahead and do that. I'll be right there. Okay, so install actuator on turbo. Refer to procedure in service literature. Section 09. Do not turn off the ignition or disconnect the scan tool during actuator installation. Okay, the ignition is still on. I'm gonna hit continue. I don't know. The turbocharger actuator must be installed on the turbocharger before performing this step. Incomplete installation of the actuator will result in failure of the calibration process. Okay, it is in there. I slap it in and I snuggle it. I snuggle the screws, so it's not going anywhere. Okay, test in progress. Hope we don't break anything. turbocharger pre-aligned, self-calibration complete. Okay, so we're gonna exit. Now we're gonna go to codes. We're gonna clear codes. Continue. Let me see if they came back. Intake error, divert all position sensor. Intake error. Okay, so codes. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the key. Let me install the key. Intake error. Oh, okay. I know what that is. I disconnected this sensor. Okay, let me see. I know what that is. Let me go ahead and plug this in. Let me show you what I did. This is why it's throwing the code. I'm gonna go ahead and install this and plug it in. I don't need it to take it off in the first place, so let me go ahead and put this back together, and I believe I can start the truck since the self-calibration is finished. Okay, let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I put everything back together. It's not tight yet, but I just want to start the truck. There's no coolant. It'll be all right. I think I'm gonna have to redo this job, but let me go ahead and what happened is that I lost the screw. This screw right here, well, this is the old one, but oh, it's right here. You're supposed to put the screw in the actuator before you even install the actuator. Fuck. Now that means I have to, hold on. That means I have to redo the job because this screw won't go in. That sucks. So anyway, so also had to I did disconnect again the actuator. I don't know if that's gonna affect it because I had this wire from running up here, like up here, and I had to disconnect it and run it down here. So I'm not sure. When I disconnected and I plug it back in, I could hear the actuator moving. So I don't know if that's gonna affect the calibration, but let's go ahead and try it. I know I don't have coolant in it, but we don't need coolant. We're not gonna run it for half an hour or anything. These engines are they run really cold, and it takes a long time to see. Okay, let me see. Let me go ahead and clear the codes. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we got any codes back. No, I don't want code scan. I just want, sorry, I can't see. Codes. Intake air divot. Short to battery. I don't know why that keeps coming back. That wasn't there before. Okay, we got it. Let me see. Let me just cycle the key. Let me see if we got any codes back. No codes. In the name of Jesus, I hope this actuator is calibrated right and we're not breaking anything. So let me go ahead and start the engine. Why is the light flashing? Let me go back. Let me go back and see. Okay, I don't see no codes. We're gonna go to data, engine, and we're gonna confirm our fix. Let me go all the way down here. We're gonna look for this VGT actuator precision close percentage, and then we're gonna go to VGT actuator precision command. These two have to match. They have to be the same. Whatever the computer is commanding, it should show it in here. Before I did this job, before I removed this actuator, these two were off. So in the name of Jesus. Okay, it says 0 right there. I don't know, it's supposed to be 0. I think it's supposed to be like either 20% or 80% close. It's pretty close, the command and the response. Before I took it apart, these two were off. Now they seem to be close. Let me see if it triggers any codes. Because it used to be instant, like no codes. No codes. And before that, it used to be like even if I deleted the code, as soon as I start the truck, I didn't even have to drive it. The code will come back. Let's see if we can do function. Intake, air throttle, duty cycle. Let me just do a code scan. Let me see if I can do a code scan. See deployment squid. We're not worried about that. Courtesy lamp circuit short to ground. I believe this truck was in a wrecked. It was wrecked, and somebody fixed it, but they didn't fix it right. I think there's a few sensors not calibrated, or there's a few sensors missing. That's why we have the airbag codes. I have the airbag codes and the body control module. But this truck did not come for this. This truck came for the check engine light, and I don't see the check engine light coming back on. My computer froze. My computer froze. I'm gonna give it a couple of tries. I'm gonna start the truck, and there he goes. Okay, so it's finished. I don't have no engine codes. I don't have no transmission codes. I don't have any brake codes. Excuse me. I have body control module codes. I think this car was hit on the side and the front and side. Okay, so we're gonna, let me cut it off again, and let me go ahead and start the truck again. Let me get out of here. We're gonna go to engine. I still have no codes. Let me see what it's doing. The sun is getting kind of, okay, so where are we at? Oh, I'm on transmission. My bad, guys. Let me go out of here. Engine, data, engine. Okay, we're gonna go all the way down. VGT actuator position. I don't like that. It says command 0, and then it's got it's basically 0. It's got 0.195. So let me see. It looks like it's reacting. Yeah, it looks like the command is pretty close to the actuator position. They're pretty close. They used to be way off. Way off. Okay, let me see. Usually, if there's a problem after you don't even have to drive the car after the third ignition on. After you turn on the ignition 3 times, or you turn on the car 3 times, if there's a problem, the computer will pick it up and it'll throw the check engine light. So let me go back. And see if I got any pending codes. No codes whatsoever. So I think I started this truck already 3 times. It seems to be responding fine. Let me cut it off one more time. Okay, let me cut it off one more time. We're gonna cut it off one more time, and we're gonna start the truck one more time. Our coolant temperature is 120 right now. And still no codes. So I think I'm done here. I think I got it. I was a little afraid because this is my first time doing this job, and I was a little afraid I might have get it wrong. But this is the whole process, how to install the VGT actuator, and this is the process how to calibrate it. Luckily for you, you already seen my steps. Let me cut this off because there's no coolant. Luckily for you, you already seen my steps. I hope I got you through it step by step, and what to do and what not to do. That's the main thing, because at first I thought it's just 4 screws, take it out, slap the other one in, and that's it. But that is not the case. So just follow the step by step, and make sure you do the calibration, and you should be fine. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to put the last bolt. I think I was supposed to install this bolt right here. I'm supposed to install it before I'm supposed to put it in there before I even install this. So I'm gonna have to go through the process again. I'm gonna remove it, recalibrate, reinstall it, and I should be done. I'm really tired. I don't think I'm gonna finish this job today, but it's still daylight here in Texas. It's getting cool right here right now, and the sun doesn't go down until like 9 p.m. So I think I still got plenty of time. Let me go ahead and tackle this job. I'm gonna remove the actuator again, recalibrate, reinstall it. I make sure I put the bolt before reinstalling it, and I'm gonna put everything back together. The fender well, I had to remove the fender well. I'm gonna redo the air box, the filter, and everything, and I'm gonna take it for a test drive. I'm gonna drive it 3-4 times, and like I was saying, that code, when I deleted it, it was popping right back up, even after the second or the first or second ignition key on. So I didn't see that problem. I shut off the truck 3-4 times, and I don't see no codes, so I think we're good. Hopefully this video helped you in solving this problem. I gotta tell you, this part right here is really expensive, so if you're gonna replace it, you gotta make sure that that's what the problem is, because this is like $1,700 part, and plus it was like some coolant. I gotta put some coolant in it. We did lose some coolant, plus the labor. So this job after tax came out to like a little over $2,000. So you gotta make sure that that's what's wrong with it. You know, you gotta make sure that that's what's wrong with it, because you don't wanna charge your customer $2,000 for this little bitty part and not be it. Because if this is not the problem, you're basically wasting about $2,000. This repair was kind of expensive, and I think I got it, and I got it done. So I'll be right back with you. I'm gonna put everything back together and redo this actuator, because I forgot to put that bolt. So let me finish this up. I'll put everything back together, and I'll give you the results. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done with this truck. I think this is what happened. I ended up redoing the job again, because this bolt, I failed to install this bolt before I installed the part, and at the end I couldn't put the bolt in because the frame was in the way. But I think what happened is that, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but there's moisture there. This seal right here started leaking, and it looks like it was running down here a little bit of water, coolant, and a little bit of coolant got in there. So I don't think this is a common problem on these trucks. I had a few. I own 4 Dodge Rams and 1 Ram, and I never had that problem before. So I think this is a special case. I don't think everybody's having this problem, but if you do, this is what you got to do. I seen this problem it's very rare. So I'm pretty much done with this truck. I put everything back together. I already drove this truck like 3-4 times, and I don't see no check engine light. No codes have come back. Yeah, that's engine codes. I don't have any codes, and no more check engine light. And so I think we're pretty much done with this job. All I gotta do is just call the customer so he can come pick this up. But I hope you guys learned something today, because I did indeed learned a lot today. I never had this problem before. It was kind of uncomfortable. It wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of uncomfortable because that bolt in that corner, there is barely any room to get that thing out of there. So it took me a little while to get that bolt out, but I finally got it, and I forgot to put it in, and I had to do the job again and recalibrate again and go through the steps again. But finally got it done. I bled the system. There's no air in the coolant system. I've been driving it for like half a day already, and that's I think it goes to 198. That's the hardest I've been, but I should be able to go hotter than that. But just keep in mind, there's no trailer. It's not pulling anything. So but this is it, guys. I hope you like this video, and I hope this video is helpful for you to solve your problem, because it was really the part was really expensive, and I didn't want to hit this customer with the $2,000 bill. It took me longer to figure it out than it took me to do the repair. But that's just me. I go through the diagrams. I check the wires. It's kind of hard to check the computer. This is a case. It was an intermittent case, and it was like a glitch. Like the computer saw it, and then like it couldn't see the like it saw the problem, and it couldn't see the module for like 30 seconds, and then the module came back on, and then it saw the problem again, and it couldn't communicate with the module, and that's when it started throwing the check engine light. But other than that, the truck was running fine. It was just a glitch. The computer kept losing communication for a short, like 30 seconds. It was like 30 seconds. But that's why I was throwing the code. But anyway, so I hope you like this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care.